This video is sponsored by OneFootball. The OneFootball app allows you, the fan, to keep up to date with all the latest news, transfers and stats all in one place. Instead of having to search for several websites, this has it all. To download it, it's free. Download the OneFootball app in the link in the description below. Hi everyone, so I'm back. Yeah, I'm a little bit under the weather, so apologise if I feel a little bit croaky in my voice. I've head diarrhea and sickness as well, and I've brought the green screen back. I thought, let's mix it up a little bit instead of being in the studio room. We're going to be talking about Wolves and a little bit about Newcastle as well, so let's crack on with it. Let's talk about Wolves. So the last 6 fixtures, Wolves have not been in great form, to be honest with you. Don't get me wrong, the standout result there is clearly the Chelsea win midweek 2-1, which, is even more impressive without Ruben Neves in there. But yes, they've played a couple of big guns. You're talking the likes of Spurs, you're talking the likes of Arsenal in there, but it's good reading. Yes, they'll probably have an uplift of winning Chelsea midweek, but Wolves have only won 1 out of the last 6. They're not scoring many goals. You might say they're not conceding massively. They have recently, but overall in the league, they're not scoring massively. We may as well bring up the league table as well. If you look at that as well, scoring 1 average per game. Now, when you think of Wolves, you think of free-flowing, creativity, players interacting, but to be honest, they're not actually scoring massive amounts, and the suggestion is that it looks like it could be quite a low score this weekend, in particular playing us. Now, when you think of Wolves as well, a promoted side sitting 12th in the league is absolutely fantastic. To be in December sitting 12th, despite their poor run, yes, again, a win over Chelsea did help matters. It's fantastic to see, and I think they'll be fine. They've got the Portuguese influence, a lot of Portuguese players, especially with the agent who's involved there, Mourinho's agent as well. But Wolves Nuno Santos plays quite a settled side. It's normally a 3-4-2-1 formation. Doesn't really change it too much, and I'm expecting Ruben Neves to come in. Look, he's a fabulous talent. He'll come back into that centre midfield. It's more of a question of what does he do with the youngster Gibbs White, who, by the way, will go on and play for a big, no disrespect to Wolves, he'll go far in the game. He looks really, really talented. So I think Ruben Neves will come into this midfield. This is the lineup that they had midweek, and I think a couple of changes, what you might see is that Jimenez will then go back up top, and I think Neves will come back in that second midfield role, which probably you might drop Roman Saiz and play Gibbs White, perhaps maybe play him on the left. There's a couple of options there for Nuno Santos. I'm sure the Wolves fans will tell us what's going to happen, because we know that Neves is going to come back in that lineup, and they do have Johnny out injured as well. So that's the Wolves. Speaking of Newcastle, does Rafa go back to a back 4? I think he will. Because we know that Fabian Schär is suspended for picking up that yellow card when he handballed it on the line, which was funny, in midweek at Goodison. And I think he will. I think if Dummett doesn't make it, we know that he's in training today, I think it'll be Manquillo at left back. Then I think it'll be Fernandes, Lascelles, despite having a poor game, I think he will continue. Yedlin at right back, of course, Dubravka in goal as well. And then I don't think Shelvey will come back into midfield. I think he'll be on the bench again. I think it'll be Keane, Diame. I think Matt Ritchie, back from suspension, will come back to right mid. Left mid, I think it will be Kennedy. I know he's got a problem with his toe and his toenail. However, if it's not him, it's a question of Atsu or Murphy. Flip a coin there. I think they've both done well in midweek. I think Perez will come back at that start lineup in the number 10. And I think, of course, Rondon picks himself at the moment. The only striker that we can rely on at the moment. So that's the lineup, and how do Newcastle approach it? For me, you're up against a promoted side. Yes, Wolves are 12th, but this is a promoted side coming to St James's Park. I'm expecting 3 points, to be honest with you. Why not? It's a promoted side. No point saying, oh, well, let's get a draw. No. We've got to go for the win now. This is a promoted side. We're 1 defeat and 6. Let's keep that momentum going as well. Of course, the boycott is off. That's been completely written off now because, well, whether you believe it or not, with the takeover, it's happening, it's not happening. That opens up a can of worms as well. A couple of side notes as well. Newcastle under-21s have been drawn away at the Stadium of Light against Sunderland's first team. Sunderland, contractually obliged, have to play this, well, not their strongest side, but a strong side against our kids. So it's a lose-lose situation, because if we get beat, we can say, well, it's your first team. If we win, it's even more humiliating. So that'll be good. That's in the new year. And of course, you want to get one of these bad boys. They're only a £5, and you get it free if you buy a classic shirt as well. But let's hope we get 3 points. We'll be at the usual place tomorrow for fan cams. See you there. I'm going back to bed. Bye bye.